Hello everyone and welcome back to Balanced Psychologies. I hope that you're all doing really well. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about how the narcissist erases you. I literally mean, yes, how they erase you. How they basically take little parts of you and erase you from existence. How they want you to mold yourself into what they want you to be. And this is called invalidation. That's what I'm going to be talking about here, is how the narcissist basically invalidates you in this relationship, but also in this partnership, but also in a family setting too. So let's get into the video. Invalidation and narcissism basically are the same thing. They go hand in hand because narcissists like to invalidate people around them. And let me ask you this, have you ever felt invisible in this relationship, in this family, or in this partnership? Narcissists make you feel worthless, and it's just like you don't even matter. And can you see how you feeling like you don't matter and how you feel worthless? This basically invalidates you as a human being, but also invalidates your experience of life and your identity. And you've got to ask yourself, why would somebody want to do that? Why would somebody make you feel worthless and like you don't exist? Why would somebody want to merge their existence into yours? This is what I'm talking about, pathological narcissism. Why would somebody do this? This isn't healthy and this isn't a normal behavior. This is abusive, both physically, psychologically, and emotionally. This is absolutely horrendously disempowering. And this is how invalidation is used to slowly erase your identity and your being. You basically have to comply with the narcissist's demands. You have to do what the narcissist wants you to do, and this is guaranteed. You have to do that, otherwise you will be punished for it. And there's little left to fight for your own identity, because it becomes really difficult to be able to stand up time and time again when you are constantly pushed down all the time. So you then don't fight back, and so this is why you feel worthless. This is why you feel like you don't even exist in this relationship. Decisions are made for you. Things might even be bought for you. You are told how to behave, how to act, and even what to say and think. So before we get into this, let's really understand and define what validation actually means. So as human beings, we have basic needs. We have basic needs to be loved and to belong. And these social needs are just as essential as our survival needs, like food or shelter and safety. And Maslow talks all about this, because these are things, this is essential needs. These are the things that we need to be able to live in our world, to be able to live in our environment. And if we don't have these things, it makes it really difficult for us to be able to be ourselves, to be able to express ourselves, and basically to have our own validity and identity. Connection to others and being accepted is at the core of belonging in society, and being validated by others is an integral part of having our needs met. This is where narcissistic individuals operate from, because they don't understand empathy, or they can't feel it, or they don't want to be empathetic to others. So being with a narcissist, being around toxic people, they invalidate. They make your whole existence, your experience, and your identity invalidated. It is the act of purposely denying, rejecting, minimizing, negatively judging, or basically ignoring your experience, your thoughts, your actions, or your emotion. It's really insidious, and it happens repeatedly over a certain amount of time. And this experience it leaves you absent of validation, and it leaves you absolutely like you feel like you're not yourself. So you feel like your survival in this world is just worthless, like you don't belong, that you don't need anything, you don't feel like you deserve anything because you don't know who you are. It feels like you literally are being erased. And this can also happen after when you have when you're out of the narcissistic relationship, these feelings and these thoughts can continue after this relationship. And indeed it does. For so many people, this is still the continuation of them feeling not good enough. You still feel like you're erased. And this is why it's so hard when people come out of these relationships, survivors come out of these relationships, that they feel like I was part of my former self, like I don't even know who I am anymore. I don't know how to live in this world. This is really, really difficult for me. So one thing I would say to you guys is, if this is something that you are facing, what I would say to you is, if you could get yourself into a meditative state, or sit somewhere where you are comfortable, and I want you to think back to who you were as a person before the narcissist entered your life. Or it could be who you were as a child. And I want you to go back to that time in your life and just think about who you were. What did you like doing? What were your hobbies? What were your interests? What was your favorite food? What's your favorite color? What were the clothes that you liked wearing? What's your favorite scents? And I want you just to recall those memories of who you actually were. And things that I want you to bring is like, what was the smell like? What was time of year was it like? What were you doing? Were you with other family members like your cousins? Were you by a river? What things, sounds, smells can you hear? Can you taste? And I want you to take yourselves back to that time and really remember who you were, and try to connect to that person, try and connect to that time in your life. It will really help you to bring back your identity and remember who you are. It doesn't matter how far you need to go back, but this is about trying to remember who you were before this toxic, narcissistic individual had entered into your life. Why do narcissistic people do this? Well, you've really got to understand what is happening here. By seeing through the mask, in time you develop understanding that dismantling, what the narcissist does by dismantling you, has very little to do with you, but actually more to do with them. So the reason why I say that is because this is how we understand it. This is all about them losing their identity. These individuals don't really know who they are. They don't really have a fixed identity. They don't know who their true selves are. So this is why they mirror. This is why they gaslight. This is why they love bomb, because what they're doing is they're mirroring you. They're basically trying to form their identity into something that they think you would want them to be. So this is why they don't have a fixed identity, and this is when they say they don't have a true self. So when that does happen, when you do fall for them, when you do attach onto them, they become their real selves. They become their angry, rageful, upset, depressive selves, because this is what, or this is how they understand their own reality, and they think that you accept them for everything that they have done, that you accept them for everything. You see, this isn't what it really is about. You see, the thing is, they feel like if they can dismantle you, if they can erase you and build you up into something that they think that you, in something that they think you should be. This is what they did as children. This is what happened to them. All they're doing is repeating past experiences from their childhood. This is how they were treated as children. They weren't accepted the way that they were, so they had to dismantle themselves, erase themselves, and build themselves up. This is where they build the fake persona and the ego. And then what they do is they become something that somebody else wants them to be, like their parents. They had to do this to please their parents because they felt like their parents didn't accept them, or one of their parents didn't accept them. So this is why they had completely dismantled themselves and rebuild themselves up as somebody else. Now they're doing this to you because this is what they've done to themselves. They don't know any other way of being. So they're just repeating old childhood patterns. This is about you now. You realize that it's wrong. You realize that this is a pathological way of being. So ultimately, what you have to remember is this isn't you. You're just taking on something else that somebody else has learned to live their life by. You've got to be able to take your control and your own power back from your life. The narcissist will erase you because they will want to change you, but that's not something that you need to live by. That's not what you do. That's not your life. That's not you. Your life is something completely different. Remember who you were before you met that narcissist. This will really help you to connect back to you. So ultimately, this is what it's about. This is the connection. This is the journey back to you. So guys, remember, you can create your experience of your life. You can create your reality. Don't let the narcissist take that from you. You do have the ability and the power to get back to who you were and who you want to be. This is about maintaining yourself. This is about maintaining your life and reinforcing beliefs. All right? These are your beliefs. You don't need to live in their disapproving world, all right? Where the mask and they don't know who they are. This isn't about them, this is about you. This is about building you up. Okay, so guys, I really hope that this video has helped you. I really hope that this helps you to understand that yes, you've been erased, but you can get yourself back to who you are. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I have my Patreon membership, which you can check out the details below. And also I do have the Wizio link. If you have a question for me, I can answer it via a video format. Check the Wizio link in the description box. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.